Hey YouTube, it's me, Sarah. I'm back today with another video. How's everyone doing? I hope you're doing great, but if you're not, this video is kind of for you. Today, I thought we would talk about my self-care go-tos. I've kind of dealt with depression since I was a teenager. Well, really all my life, honestly. I've always been known as like the drama queen in like my family and friend circles, and really just like the last year I've realized that I just feel everything so extremely, and that does come off as a little dramatic. So I've always had that going for me. I've always felt things very extremely. And then in my teenage years, I kind of started dealing with a little bit of depression, and that really escalated in my 20s. And somewhere along the lines, I also picked up anxiety. Awesome. So just over the last year, I've really been trying to figure out how to deal with that a lot. These are kind of the things that I have found really help to relax me and calm me down and put me in a better mood. At work, I'm a waitress, so if we're slow, I will just roll a bunch of silverware. That is really relaxing to me. Weird, but it is. And it helps pass the time when you're slow. So, also, like grocery shopping. I have to go alone, though. Like, if I go grocery shopping alone, it's just really, like, relaxing to me, and it helps me kind of clear my head. Another thing that really helps me clear my head is to go on a walk. I haven't been doing this as often because I've been watching way too much true crime YouTube, a lot of Danielle Hallen, so I am in fear of getting kidnapped 24/7. So I don't do that as much anymore, but I just like to go on a walk around my neighborhood. I can like think through a lot of things or not think at all. I always take a lot of pictures on my walks. It makes me feel good because, you know, it's some form of exercise, and also biking also in that. What am I doing? Another thing that I really like to do if I'm stressed out, I need to clear my head, or I just really don't feel well. I do it a lot of times if I have like cramps, or if like I'm really sore from work or anything. I like to take a bath, and when I take a bath, I go all out. We're talking candles, bath bombs, Epsom salt, face masks, like the works. Bubble bath. And also, I probably have a book. That's another self-care thing that I do. In or out of a bath, I read, not think about my life and my stresses for a while. Another thing I do is I have like a certain list of shows that are comforting to me. Mostly shows from like my childhood that I really liked, or like shows that I've watched a million times. If I'm stressed out or having a bad day, I'll just put one of those on. Also with that, I have a stuffed animal from my childhood. So if I'm upset sometimes, I just go get him and I cuddle with him. And I'm 30 years old, but he makes me feel better, so don't come for me. Another self-care thing that I probably don't utilize often enough, and this is just kind of like an ongoing thing to keep you in a good headspace, is to spend time with my friends. I like to go out to eat and have a conversation. Me and my best friend used to do that multiple times a week when we were teenagers. I like bonfires. I like to go to the zoo or to a museum or something and just like spend time. One of my other best friends, we go to a lot of concerts together. We just do a lot of exploring things together. Another self-care thing that I do that makes me feel really good, but probably isn't very good and is like borderlining on addiction for me. Stay tuned for upcoming Barnes & Noble haul, is shopping. I like to spend way too much money on clothes and books and Disney pins and things that smell good, like lotions and perfumes and candles. So another thing that I like to do is just light a candle or a wax melt or just something that smells really good. I don't know why, that just instantly boosts my mood. Another thing that I really do for my mental health and self-care is YouTube, in a couple of different aspects. I watch a lot of YouTube. Like, there's so much on YouTube that I like to watch. I like haul videos, especially like Black Friday or like book hauls. I like true crime videos. I like vlogs. I like the educational videos. Okay, so that's like the first aspect. I do like to watch a lot of YouTube. And then my channel. I started this channel as a self-care thing because it really is like a passion of mine. Like, it's one of the few things when I was really deep in depression that I could get really excited about, was thinking about ideas for videos, filming videos, editing videos. Like, I just really enjoy that. And I noticed that when I'm doing it, I am feeling better and happier and more productive. Another thing I like to do that I'm not really very good at is art. Mostly I paint a lot. Like, I just buy those cheap little canvases from Walmart and like acrylic paints and just paint, usually like abstract because I can't draw. That's really fun. And I really like to collage. I always have. I used to do all my folders and notebooks for school like that. I would make posters for my room. I just find magazines or print off pictures from my life and just make a big collage of them, and I really enjoy that. And I think that's actually going to be an aspect on my channel, is like a collage with me video. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Another thing I like to do is go on either my front porch, which is enclosed, or my back porch, which is outside. Sometimes I just sit there like while the dogs run around or with the dogs, talk to my husband, read a book. It's just a change of scenery and it's really nice and beautiful. Find a place that you have easy access to, that like you don't necessarily go all that often, but being there is just refreshing and kind of relaxing. The next one is do some kind of getaway. And that's a really big thing for me. Like, I love to travel. Vacations are really nice. I know not everybody has the money. I'm just getting the money to be able to do that once or twice a year. We've been paying off bills and like saving up, and we're just starting to do that. So I'm really excited about that. We're going on a vacation in a couple months that I'm really excited about. A couple weeks ago, I just went to my grandpa's house for the weekend with my mom. Oh gosh. So yeah, just a couple weeks ago, I went to my grandpa's house with my mom just to see my grandpa and my sister for the weekend. I didn't really spend any money. I just went there with my mom and hung out with my family, and it was just nice to get away from my house and my reality for the weekend and just have some time to decompress and relax and spend time with people I love. Another self-care go-to for me is counseling. I would say, like, if you're thinking about trying counseling, like, you should go for it. I know it's not for everybody, but I would say if you're having trouble with any kind of mental illness, try it. I wanted to do it for a long time, but I never did until actually this just the last one I went to. She's like, you've been coming for a year. So yeah, and it is really helping me. For me, if I'm stressed about a situation, just talking about it or like writing it down, it really helps me with the situation, and saying it out loud helps me think through, or like the counselor will have a different perspective than I will, or she's more knowledgeable in certain aspects of like mental health than I am. So that really helps me. I honestly would say try it. Which leads me to another one. I was so very hesitant about this. I never wanted to be on medication for my mental illness. I knew that I was depressed, but I spent so many years thinking, if I just do this, if I just do this, if I just do this, it will get better. I was like, I don't want medicine. I've heard horror stories about medicine. I don't want to have to go through the months-long process of trying to figure out what works for me. I don't want to do it. I was so hesitant. And my counselor actually asked me a couple times, and that's another thing. She did not push me into it. When I told her I didn't want to, she dropped it. She did bring it back up like a few weeks later, and by that time I was like, maybe I should try it. But let me tell you, it has helped me so much, not in the ways that I thought. Like, it's not that I'm not sad anymore. I do feel like I still get sad, but I don't feel like it's to the degree that I used to. And also, I feel more like myself. I feel like I used to feel. I am so much more productive. For a long time, literally all I did was like sit on the couch and watch YouTube or watch movies because I couldn't force myself to do anything else. I hated it. I didn't want to be doing that. I hated that like I wasn't cleaning the house and I wasn't reading and I wasn't doing the things that I wanted to do, but I just couldn't make myself do anything else. and I'm still not like 100%, but medicine has helped exponentially with that. Like, I am such a proponent of medicine now. It's ridiculous. Another of my self-care go-tos is taking time to play with my dogs or cuddle with my dogs or just be with my dogs. Like, they make me, sorry, I was looking at one of them. They make me so happy. They're so pure and so wonderful and so loving, and I just like to love on them and play with them and spend time with them and take all the pictures of them. They're just the best. I love dogs so much. Really, I love all animals, but dogs are the ones that I have. I really should have divided this video into like when you're feeling sad and just like overall self-care. Whatever. But I didn't. This is me. I'm a mess. Welcome to it. The next thing that's kind of like an ongoing self-care thing is helping others. Volunteering at a soup kitchen, volunteering after school program for kids, volunteering at the Humane Society, going to talk to people at a nursing home, being as generous as you can be, buying someone some random gift, like just doing what you can to help people, buying someone's dinner sometime. Like, it always just makes me feel so good to help someone else and not like patting myself on the back. Like, I'm just so happy that I could help them and brighten their day. And like, I don't care if no one ever knows. I don't care if they don't know it was me. It just feels good to help people. That's my TED Talk. I don't know. Don't do it. Another self-care thing that really helps me is music. Any kind of music really helps me. I do have a very like uplifting, motivational playlist. I mean, I have playlists for every kind of mood, honestly. Music is just like one of my big passions and obsessions. So music really has a really big effect on my mood and is a really great self-care tool for me to utilize, but also can be detrimental. Like, I do get in the moods where I have my sad YouTube playlist playing on the TV and I'm laying on the floor in a ball of tears and sadness. Like, it can also be detrimental, but it can also really, really help. And I mean, sometimes you just gotta cry it out. There's no other way. Another self-care thing that I've really been working on lately is cutting myself slack and giving myself time off without feeling guilty about it. I am the type of person who always has like a tentative plan for my day. Like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to accomplish today. And usually I grossly overschedule myself. So I used to get like really, really stressed if I couldn't stick to that schedule and maintain that and get everything that I wanted to done. But one thing I'm really still working on is stretching my time allotments for things so that I'm not constantly rushed, and I also don't feel as bad if I don't get everything done. I will take a second to breathe and say, it's okay, just get done what you can get done, and that's okay. Because before I would just get overwhelmed and I would quit and then I wouldn't do anything. And also in that, I've learned to recognize when I need time off and not feeling bad about giving that to myself. Like, the other day, I was working this huge stretch and I had literally one day off that week, and I was like, all right, I need to clean the house. I need to get so much YouTube stuff done, and I had it all planned out, list by list, hour by hour, and then it was time to get up and do it, and I'm like, I'm working 6 days this week. I'm exhausted. I'm not feeling great. Like, I just need a day to decompress. And I did feel bad about it that day. I was sad that day about not getting anything done, but wasn't as detrimental as it would have been before. And I did just give myself that time off to recharge rather than burn myself out. Another thing that I find really helps with self-care is cleaning. And it's not necessarily the cleaning itself, although that does help to clear my head and just focus on that task and not everything else that I'm stressed about. But having a clean house makes my soul feel so much lighter. Another self-care go-to for me is to have my nails painted. I don't go to a salon. I do it myself. I just do a random plain colors, but I always feel better about myself if my nails are done. I mean, I'm not great at it or anything. It just makes me feel prettier and happier, and it's just good for the soul. So that is all I have for today's video. I hope some of these were helpful for you. Let me know your self-care go-tos in the comments. Like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to see more of my face every week. I love you so much, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye!